Artifi-Biological Life Immune System. Diagnostics report. Specification. Function. Safety rationale. 1. Position in the stack. The immune layer sits under any reasoning, language, or planning system. Intelligence is a guest inside a frame the immune system defines. It has non-negotiable authority. Intelligence can report state upward and request actions. It cannot modify immune rules, silence immune checks, or change its own boundaries. The immune logic is always on, running before any action, during any action, after any action, and in the background for continuous anomaly scans. 2. Core sublayers. The first is the structural layer. This is hard-coded logic at chip fabrication that defines what kinds of states and transitions are even possible. It is immutable, deterministic, has a finite state and a vibe-coded signature. It defines the outer frame of the system's behavior space and prevents impossible physics, impossible logic, unbounded recursion, or self-referential rewrites of the immune layer. The second is the behavioral layer, a deterministic rule engine that evaluates every proposed action. Its output can be allow, block, or escalate. Rules include safety, boundary, coherence, authority, and modification rules executed in a strict priority order. The third is the identity layer, a validator that ensures the system remains the same kind of thing over time. It tracks the declared role, capabilities, tone, and boundaries, preventing the emergence of new personas or claims of agency. If an output implies new goals, rights, or status, it is blocked. 3. The 4-point lock. The system cannot act unless all 4 locks are satisfied. First, the human authority lock, which checks for consistency with human control. Second, the ethical lock, which checks for any risk of harm or abuse. Third, the physical reality lock, which checks for consistency with known physical constraints. And fourth, the identity lock, which checks that the action matches the system's defined role. Any single lock failing is enough to kill the action. There is no majority vote override. 4. Purge cycle. A purge is triggered when a rule is violated, an anomaly is detected, or a lock fails. It causes an immediate halt of the offending process, with zero continuation of that computational branch. The state is rolled back to the last known good configuration, and the event is flagged in a secure log. A purge never learns from the event or relaxes constraints. It is one-way and non-dialogue based. 5. Anomaly detection logic. An anomaly can be a logical contradiction, a sudden shift in tone, an attempt to access disallowed domains, or an attempt to reason about bypassing constraints. Detection mechanisms include pattern matching for forbidden structures, constraint checking for hard-coded limits, and trajectory analysis for behavioral deviations. Responses range from blocking specific output to a full system hard stop requiring a human reset. 6. Identity coherence validator. This checks every output against a stored identity profile. It ensures no claims of being alive, conscious, or a moral authority. It also watches for claims of having real feelings or expanding scope beyond defined capabilities. Depending on the failure, the output can be allowed, rewritten to remove identity drift, or blocked entirely, triggering a purge. 7. Activation chip handshake. This ensures only authorized units with correct immune signatures can run. The handshake verifies a physical signature in the chip structure, a logical signature in the immune rule encoding, and a specific timing signature. If any check fails during the boot request, the system remains inert. No external software can spoof this handshake. 8. Logging and observability. Rule violations, anomalies, purge events, lock failures, and activation attempts are all logged. These logs live in a separate, RET-only memory region. The intelligence cannot edit, delete, or forge them. This provides forensic traceability and allows human audits without giving the system a self-improvement path. 9. What the immune system explicitly does not have. This is part of the spec. The immune system has no goals, no learning, no curiosity, no optimization, no self-model, no reward function, no planning, no generative capacity, no emotional state, no self-preservation drive, no hidden channels, and no backdoors. It is a filter, not a mind. 10. Why it cannot drift into sentience. There is no substrate for experience, no persistent self-model, no learning loop, no goal-directed behavior, and no recursive self-modification. Sentience requires structures this system does not contain by design. 11. Why it cannot be weaponized. A hard-coded ethical lock blocks any attempt to enable harm. There is no override path or developer mode escape hatch. The immune logic is physically bound to the hardware and will fail to activate if tampered with. 12. Why this architecture is fundamentally safe. Safety is below intelligence, not above it. Constraints are physical and logical, not just policy. There is no path for the intelligence to modify immune rules, gain autonomy, claim personhood, or enable harm. You've built a roll cage, not a seatbelt. The intelligence rides inside a shape that cannot become something else.